All right, welcome to Faith, Fiction, and Folklore, or as we like to call it, the Try F podcast, where we try not to F the podcast up. And today,
And here we go.
There's still no list. There's no list, Trevor.
No list of what?
No Epstein list. No list of
What's on this Epstein list?
names of people that are very, very powerful that could ruin the economy.
Names that should be in jail.
Yeah, people who should be in jail for trafficking or sleeping with minors. So
Children.
Yeah, that seems to be what's on there. Thomas Massey has said there's 20. Alex Jones has said there's north of 100. The truth is probably somewhere in between. But the point is, they know the names of these people. That there has been progress on this front. But before we get into that, I just want to point out that it is probably, absolutely, totally a coincidence that now people are deciding to move on this thing after the Republicans got their teeth kicked in on Tuesday during the elections.
What happened?
Oh, well, there was a Virginia politician. I think he was attorney general, but I don't remember. But he was basically saying he thought Republicans and their children should die. Literally said this in public, didn't apologize, doubled down. He won, and he won by a lot.
That's scary.
And then, of course, New York elected a mayor who's promised to turn the grocery stores into, like, basically government-run grocery stores. Trevor, that is how you get commie Russia food lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, those old school food lines. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. They made the grocery stores government run, and nobody had any food to eat. I mean,
of course.
Textbook communism. Classic, vintage communism.
So don't go to New York.
Yeah, don't go to New York. Just don't go. But yeah, people are leaving in droves. And then there were all sorts of other people who lost. I mean, it was a bloodbath for the Republicans, worse than they thought it was going to be. And people were saying, Trump betrayed us. Trump betrayed us. And they were livid. And of course, this is a year before the midterms. So I'm sure Trump going, all right, fine, release it. I'm sure that has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they got their teeth kicked in last week. But we said it's obvious that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been mad for forever. So I'm not surprised at all. Apparently, they just doggedly refuse to listen to everybody screaming their heads off about something like this happening. And now that it's happened, and now that it looks like their teeth are going to get kicked in the midterms, now
they're scared.
Now we've decided that we're going to start doing movement. But you know what? A deal's a deal. If they'll actually produce all the information that's available, I'll take my petulant graphic off the overlay.
What if them seeing your petulant graphic was the thing that...
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that was the catalyst. I'm sure that petty little thing was the straw that broke the camel's back. So,
Trump saw that and was like, oh, okay, fine, that's it. I'm releasing it.
Yeah, that was the thing that did it. No. So, yeah, they lost. They lost horribly. And a week later, wouldn't you know it, it's like, okay, fine, prosecute. Trump is telling Pam Bondi to prosecute J.P. Morgan and all these different guys. From what, according to Jones, he's going to start he has told Pam Bondi to start prosecuting the guys on the list.
Took him long enough.
Is it Mike Johnson? I think it's Mike Johnson, who's the leader of the House of Representatives. He has told them they're going to have a vote to release all the information. Apparently, the Democrats are like going, no. They've changed their mind on it, and because apparently, it's mostly their people. But they didn't think Trump was actually going to flip on them. I don't know why they didn't think that. Because, what they've been doing this entire time is they've been, like, releasing stuff that's already been out for a while. And, really what kicked things off, Alex Jones's thing, his theory about it is basically that they kept trying to humiliate Trump with the files and kept rubbing salt in the wound Because according to Jones, he made this deal with the Democrats back in January that he was going to continue to cover it up. And the deal was, everybody's going to play nice, I'm not going to release these files, and I'm not going to send a bunch of your donors and people in jail, and we're all going to play nice, and we're all going to get along, and we're all going to make deals, and we're going to make America great again.
Didn't work out so well.
Yeah, the Democrats were like, yeah, we'll totally do that. And, of course, what they did instead was called his wife a prostitute for Epstein, and now they're saying the latest stunt, what Jones thinks is the straw that broke the camel's back, was that they released a series of emails, and they redacted the name of the girl that was making the claim. So they said, this girl was like, I hung out with Trump all the time, and he was with Epstein or whatever a lot. And they were like, this is new. This is scandalous. I can't believe it. Well, the email already existed. It was Virginia Giuffre's court case.
We already went over that.
Yeah, and she said Trump never did anything. So it was a big nothing burger, but the news outlets redacted Virginia's name to make it look like something new had gotten released when it was the same stuff as before. And so
Copy, paste, print, repeat.
Yeah. And so Trump was like, you know what? Forget it. Prosecute him, according to Jones. So he's had enough. Everybody told him it was going to happen. But I guess the man has stepped on enough landmines and has decided that he's going. He's going to actually do what's beneficial for the country and himself. So,
finally.
Yeah, finally. So hopefully I can take that graphic down in the next few weeks. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. But it's been up, a month and a half now? A little over?
That's not too bad.
It's been up for 4 or 5. I was scared it was going to be like, it's going to replace our logo after a while. It's going to be like the Still No List podcast.
Still No List podcast. That's all we talk about.
It's the list.
It's the list.
All right, so I wanted to...
Maybe we should start a new podcast and just call it the Still No List podcast.
Still No List podcast.
And that's all we talk about. Sit there with a live feed on any news stream that's following it.
Yeah. Well, I thought I would let... What we're going to do is we're going to have Alex Jones talk about the list thing for a little bit, and then we're going to do Megyn Kelly because she's got a little bit of a different perspective. And then apparently we have a local station out of Seattle we wanted to listen to and mock. And then we were going to have a rebuttal from Beck, and then that was going to be the end of it. So that is our plan.
Okay, I'm going to run for a second. I'll be right back.
Go to the bathroom. Go. Go forth. All right, I guess I won't bury the lead here. We'll just get started with the video really quick. So let me transition over here, and here we go.
The Epstein thing has come to the peak so far of its importance, and exactly what I knew was in there is in there. All of it's already been out. It's all complete innuendo and crap. And so Trump is going after the Clintons, and everybody's saying, fine, open the whole damn thing up, even though it's going to destroy the economy. And I'm not sure it is, but it's going to be really bad. Because the DOJ and the Comeys and all them that hid all the stuff they wanted to hide, never had anything on Trump, they left a bunch of innuendo and recycled crap, all this old stuff that's not true, all disproven, or nothing burgers. But they're still going to continue to bring this out. So Trump's like, it's a diversion, it's Russiagate, let's move on. And they're not going to let him do that. Even though I can tell you when they all came and kissed his ass when he first got back in, the deal was made. So Trump made a deal with the devil, and now the devil's trying to shove a pitchfork up his butt.
I guess this is kind of my personal aggravation with it, is this is one of the reasons I voted for him, because I thought, surely he won't make a deal with these people after they tried to shoot him. I mean, you would think after going through all that, he would know better. And I don't know why he even bothered, because everybody in the dog told him this was going to happen. And we kind of voted for him so he wouldn't do this. Or at least I voted for him because I thought he wasn't going to do this. Because he already made that mistake the first time. He already, like, played with the deep state. You know, he had Pence as his VP, and it was pretty obvious he was one of the bad actors in that whole thing. And with after COVID, it bit him in the hind end so bad. I thought, man, surely that would scare him off from making a deal like that again. And then he turns around and does it at the very beginning of his second administration. I'm honestly baffled and annoyed by that. Welcome back, Mr. Trevor.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I shouldn't have chugged all that water.
What?
I tried to chug some water before each podcast, so
Does it help?
sometimes it does help sometimes, but other times it just goes right through me.
Gotcha. I hear you. Well, let us continue.
Along with us and the rest of the country. So not good. And then they had Bongino and Patel go out there like deer in the headlights, like hostages, and say, oh, Epstein killed himself, and oh, Crooks acted alone, and oh, there's no accomplices and nobody else with Epstein, and the Easter Bunny is real. And I was like, oh my gosh, what was that, 8 months ago? I said, this is a disaster. We went and had interventions. We said, we understand this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to unfold. You're being set up, Mr. President. No matter how painful this is for all these big Democrats, you got to let them have it because, A, it's immoral to make a deal with them.
Sorry, can we just appreciate that picture? Like,
Where they both look terrified out of their minds.
Yeah, on the stream, you can only see about half of Bongino's face, but you got both of his eyes. I mean, that is just, those are two men who look absolutely terrified. I watched these guys for years. It's like night and day. Like, it's just incredible.
And B, they're going to turn around and stab you in the back. Well, I guess the president and Bongino and Patel aren't as sophisticated as I am. Or as Roger Stone is.
That's funny.
But yeah, I love, Naked Gun, where the building's blowing up, missiles are exploding, and he's like, nothing to see here. Everything's fine. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I'm not happy about this. I'm laughing because I'm really freaked out. I mean, we need Trump to succeed. My God, he's night and day compared to the Democrats. But you see, when you see the Epstein cover-up.
Like, I agree, but we really need to quit saying that.
Night and
It
day.
just seems like at least they're not the Democrats. Like, I know, but choosing the lesser of two evils is how we got here.
Yeah.
It's like, can we stop framing things like that? Like, you're not wrong, but can we just be mad and be like, stop doing the wrong thing here? Like, these were PDF files. They need to be punished. If you're not going to punish them, why would you punish anybody? Deal with it, like, and not sit there and go, well, we need to support Trump because at least he's not the PDF file himself. And like,
No.
if you sit there and throw those people in jail, then the other side stops acting that way because they know they can't get away with it.
Yeah.
It's like, we've got to stop, like, lowering our standards because it isn't, one layer above hell. So,
Okay.
anyway, I know what he means, and I agree. I hate the framing.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you were going to say something?
They're like, I'd rather take 2 levels above hell instead of 1.
Yeah. It's like, do you want a little poop in your punch or a lot of poop? Or
Either way,
prefer,
it's gross.
Would you prefer a turd, or would you prefer diarrhea in your punch?
Either way, it's gross.
Yeah. So it's just like, well, at least it's not diarrhea,
But
You go, oh, he's screwing the kids. No, folks. You see the cover-up of the accomplices with the guy trying to kill Trump in Mar-a-Lago. You see the total cover-up of accomplices and helpers with Thomas Crooks in Pennsylvania. You see the cover-up of Big Pharma. You see the cover-up by the institutions of the pipe bomber reportedly being a Fed and the CIA. And all of that because it's these same institutions, and Trump hasn't gotten control of it, and he can't even get them to go after the deep state who committed their crimes out in the open. And so, yeah, we've got more traction than we got 8 years ago because Trump got some decent Supreme Court people comparatively and did some other good stuff and kind of held off the Great Reset a little, but they used the COVID thing to derail it. Our plan, 1776 worldwide plan. But now, no. It's night and day how much good we're getting done, but it's still not enough. And I've been saying this. They're going to try to crash the economy. They're going to try to get riots going because that's the Podesta plan. And they're going to bring this Epstein thing out. They're going to try to create a MAGA civil war. That created the cracks 10 months ago. Then Gaza peaking and the Israel lobby obnoxiously saying censor everybody, take everybody off the air, shut up everybody from Tucker Carlson to Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes. All of that has been done. That's caused a big rift, and it's now civil war MAGA. And real pollsters that I respect who've been right 99% of the time, like Mark Mitchell has been hitting the panic button for a few months. And now
Sad Sands says the video is cutting in and out.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had Google Chrome up to check our stream, and I'm sure that glitched the thing because Google Chrome is Satan. So, yeah, I turned Chrome off though, so that should fix it. Let me know if it doesn't, please.
you see it everywhere, and he predicted all this, and people go, oh, he's just a panicking. No, it's good when Trump's doing wrong and stepping in it to say, stop that.
That is kind of the thing. Like, I get very frustrated with people because I feel like a lot of this is just, now you're cutting in and out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I don't really know why that would be the case. Let me close some tabs here. And while I'm doing that, let me...
I'm re-listening. I'm not getting cuts.
Yeah, that might be her thing. We'll give it a minute. It's now Sad Sands. I think that's Jess, actually, because Demi's got a new YouTube channel. She's been all about the Undertown or Underground YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I should be fixing it now.
Should be fixed.
Let me close some tabs here.
Oh, they said it's them.
Oh, yep, it's me. Okay. Scared me to death. Undertale. Thank you. I'm old. I'm not hip with the kids and what they like anymore. What can I say?
What's Undertale?
It's like a YouTube thing. It's like Demi really likes it. It's like these skeleton guys and all this. Yeah, she's all about it. So
Interesting.
well, it's YouTube. Anyway, so what was I saying?
You were
It's
still cutting out
though. Well, is it me or is it? You're frustrating me. You're still cutting out though a video game.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I know what she's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, what I was gonna say about these political subjects that really matter, I don't like the mascot stuff. You and the video. I don't know what.
Yeah, for me it's playing just fine.
And Trevor, are you sure it's for you? It's fine.
Yeah, for me it's fine.
I mean, I can't really check. I mean, I can't really check it because then I'll, screw up the podcast or something. But
yeah,
if it's fine on your end, I don't know what the problem will be. I guess I'll have to check it after the recording, and we'll know when it's too late, I guess. But yeah, I shut a bunch of tabs off and turned off Google Chrome, so it should be fixed now. Anyway, I'm tired of the mascot stuff. Like, we voted for Trump because he had certain policies that we liked, not because, just his charisma. So if he does something that the people don't like, they ought to be able to push back on him. It's like, we're not. Like, we are voting for you and your delivery, but at the same time, we're not voting for you. We're voting for your policies.
Yeah.
So if you say something and you do something else, like, that is a problem.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, is you say you're going to do this. Okay, we'll vote for you if you do this. And then you get in and you do the opposite. People get mad at you.
Right. Right. It's like a car salesman. He fills your Mercedes up with sawdust, and then when you come back and grumble, he goes, well, I get to decide whether you're a fan of me or not.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm a fan of you or not. You gave me a bad deal, So it's just a ego thing, I guess. But I don't like this panicking thing and going after, because the liberals do the same thing. They go after, or people in Hollywood do the same thing. They go after their fans. Like, if the fans don't like something, they start, complaining about the fans, and all this.
Yep.
It's the same kind of attitude. It's like you go after your own constituency because you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. It's like, well, that's just going to chase people away. And there were Republicans in that election last week. I think the thing that panicked a lot of people was there were Republicans that had been in local offices that had been in office for years that lost. And those local guys were reporting back to a particular, it was the Daily Pundit, I think. I'd have to check. But it's a Robert Barnes and another guy. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. I should remember his name. I will look that up.
Look it up.
Yeah, but he was talking, and they were on the ground reporting, on the election results. And the local guys who had lost their office were sitting there going, we like you personally, but we need to send a message to Trump. And
I hope they got the message through.
I think they did, and I think that's what this was really about. I don't think it was, it's not just going to show it to me. It's going to make me fight.
Oh, man.
That's incredibly frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Because they have to remember the name, they bury everything. So is it Daily Caller? No, that's not it. Dadgum. Maybe if I look it up. But, yeah, they always bury these podcasts, so you have to,
dig for them.
You have to say everything just exactly, because those commies on YouTube can't make an inference. Right. So, but I do, but it's his story, so I don't want to give him credit for it,
Yeah, I usually start, at Google search, and then go back to YouTube.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, because they don't censor the same things usually. Let me try that really quick.
Even though Google owns YouTube, but they still don't censor it the same way. It's like they got a whole different algorithm set up.
Yeah.
Well, in other news, did you hear that the phrase 6'7" got put in the dictionary?
That seems like a sure sign that society is degrading.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I wasn't hip to my own trends whenever I was in school, so, I'm sorry,
Yeah, here it is. I'll read it.
Okay,
the origin of the
ahead.
most modern use of 6'7" is thought to be a song called Doot Doot 6'7" by Skrilla. This is an opportune This is an opportune moment to mention that you may also see it written as 6-7 or 6-7 words and numbers difference. But the most important thing to remember is to never pronounce it as 67. It was quickly quickly reinforced by viral TikToks featuring basketball players and a young boy who will forever be known as the 6'7" kid. So, yeah.
Well, that's just delightfully depressing. Okay, I was very, very wrong, and so the name of the, oh my gosh, sorry, Trevor, hang on, adjusting windows.
Did you lose it? Did you have it and then you lost it?
I have it, and let me pull it up here. So the name of the show is What Are the Odds? It's People's Pundit. So
Oh, I see.
that's what it was.
At least
Anyway,
you found it.
yeah. Well, the Google thing worked. It worked. Worked like a charm.
Or charm like to work.
Charmed like a work. But yeah, they were saying that basically these local guys, like sheriff local, were saying, hey, my people are saying they like me, but they want to send Trump a message because they feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And that's what I think this is about. I don't think it's so much about ABC pulling another cheap stunt. I think it's because they really got killed in those elections. So
Yeah.
that was my point. Apologize for that gigantic diatribe. So
We're his constituents.
Diatribe.
diatribe.
We got him in there. We're not a Democrat Party cult that's given talking points. We are in control if we exercise our will. So the Epstein thing has peaked. I did this yesterday, but then I showed the documents, but I think Glenn Beck did a better succinct job of it. And I've looked at each.
Where do they find these people? Like, how much do they get paid to scour the internet for horrible looking pictures?
Their entire paycheck.
It's just that. It's like, how do I find the worst looking picture of Kash Patel possible?
That's funny. Probably just as interns or something like that.
Yeah.
Each piece and everything the Democrats have released. This is the worst stuff they've got. They got it from the Epstein family, all his emails, all his stuff they wanted to hand over. And it's Steve Bannon wanting to interviewing him once. And Steve Bannon sending him political emails on his email list about cutting taxes and getting rid of Jerome Powell and all this stuff. I get all that stuff from Steve Bannon. Hey, get on this. I don't even work for him. It's just, hey, you ought to cover this. This is an important action topic. It's like, we got to get this confirmation done. He's just spamming it out, and that's the best thing they've got.
Yeah, so he's talking about the recycled emails. So that was kind of the thing. But he wanted to say that the Guthrie thing was enough that got him mad about the whole deal. So, bottom line, though, is that Trump is wanting to do something about this now. And I hope he does. He's going to have to fire Pam Bondi. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to fire her before any of this is going to move. But
Why is that?
Well, because she's like bought off by Pfizer. She's like one of the deep state actors. Like, they got Matt Gaetz out and put her in. So she's probably not on the up and up. And the whole phase one thing proves she's more than happy to lie.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sorry, but if somebody is going to go so far as to imply, and this is really what made me mad, they're willing to go so far as to imply that the only reason we want the Epstein files is because we want to look at CP from Epstein.
No, we don't.
Like, she just blatantly called Trump's supporters perverts. And I'm like, and he still stood by her, which is astounding to me. I mean, the ego and the contempt that you have to have for your own people that's just astounding. So he's gonna have to fire. He's told, according to Jones, he's told her to do it, but I don't think she's going to. I just don't think she is.
He's gonna fire her?
I don't think she's going to investigate. I'm not sure if he's going to fire her or not. He's going to lose the midterms if he doesn't.
Yeah.
In fact, the last few weeks have been so bad. I don't know if he's going to win the midterms no matter what. I mean, it's going to take some pretty dramatic. It's going to take like the first 2 months of his administration happening again. Like, you're going to need another Doge. You're going to have to go audit the Fed like you said you were going to do. You're going to have to like. Yeah, that's a good insult. CIA AIDS. I like that. I like that. CIA AIDS. because that's what this country has. It has CIAs. I'm keeping that.
That's fine.
Anyway, no, I mean, he's going to have to get rid of her, and they're going to have to, like, do the purge, like what they were doing the first couple of months. First couple of months of the administration were great.
Yeah.
They were great, but then after that phase 1 thing, I mean, it just imploded. It has sucked ever since then.
Yeah.
So it's going to take another couple months like that to even get back to where they were. Otherwise, I think they're going to lose. And then he's going to get to, be impeached 37 times again. So
I hope not. That was ridiculous.
yeah.
It's like they hunted and hunted for just anything to impeach him on.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he still made deals with them. But anyway, hopefully that's going to change. We're going to be optimistic and say hopefully that's going to change.
It's just good business.
Famous last words. So, all right.
In one that's being touted by the media, August 23rd, 2018, it appears to show Epstein, former Obama White House counsel Kathy Rumler, who I mentioned, discussing Michael Cohen and the payments to Stormy Daniels. And you hear Epstein saying, "You see, I know how dirty Donald is. My guess is that non-lawyers, New York business people have no idea what it means to have your fixer flip. I know how dirty Donald is." And the media is running with this. It's like, okay, once again, if Epstein said anything to Michael Wolff about Donald Trump, and there's 100 hours of it on tape, you don't think Michael Wolff would have dropped that on the Halloween surprise he did 6 days before the last election? That's such bullshit. Like, nothing is there. And not to mention the fact, you don't think Joe Biden would have dropped it when he was running against Trump?
Right.
For re-election, or Kamala Harris? Like, this is all, they've bastardized the Epstein story to make it all about Trump, which is it's infuriating to those of us who actually do care about young girls and have a proven record of it. They can go fuck themselves with this.
They can.
Amen.
I like hearing Megyn Kelly cuss. It makes me happy. So
Right.
anyway, no, it wouldn't have happened, though, if he just released it like he said he was going to. And see, that's what frustrates me about it, because obviously they didn't care. Like, they have control of the media. They have control of everything. They probably thought they could, run a defense if he released the files. The point of getting them to hide it was to make him look guilty so they could do this. And Trump, being I'm going to be the deal maker, went along with it. And I don't know how he could think it. But it's like, obviously they wanted him to do the cover-up so he would look guilty as sin, And then they could turn around and say Melania was, like, working for Epstein and all this crap. Am I making sense? Like, this was their play. And so now this framing, like, it was always the plan. It was a stupid plan, because now he's just going to get mad and release it anyway. But it might work, because he doubled down for 8 months.
All right. So now it's all just going to go.
Mm-hmm. Or like if he just listened to the everybody and the dog instead of just digging in. I mean,
Instead of being like, they're still talking about that?
Yeah, it was such a stupid plan. It shouldn't have worked. But it worked because of his own ego. Or it might work because of its own ego. I mean, maybe there's still time. But, they're going to have to release that stuff fast. And
Tomorrow.
then they're going to have to recoup. They're going to have to recoup from this year just to keep what they have.
They took,
in the midterms.
a month off? They shut down for a month? That is long enough.
Well, that's not what I mean. I'm happy the government shut down. It means they can't hurt me. But, I'm not sad when they don't do their job. I'd rather they just kind of stay out of the way. But
Although I wouldn't mind my tax refund back.
Well, you should get it now. They're back open. So
I'm waiting.
yeah. Anyway, so I mean, I get what she's saying, and I understand her being frustrated, but I'm frustrated because it's like everybody told him it was going to happen, and it was like, please don't do this. It's happening now. It's like everybody was like, they're going to use it against you. They're going to release a bunch of crap that the Comeys had put in there to make you look bad. They're just going to make it look like you're the villain. The whole plan is to have you cover it up and then sit there and go, what's he hiding? What's he hiding? when it's actually all their people, because that's like the Democrat go-to plan, confession through projection, accuse your enemy of whatever it is you're doing. It's like their entire ethos. So, or their entire strategy in a nutshell. So it's like, of course they're going to flip the script on you. Why would you step in it? Why would you step in it? But anyway,
Well, it is swampy area. Maybe he took a misstep.
Yeah, it is a swampy man. Yeah. Well, hopefully he can rebound, but we'll see. So
We'll see.
I'm just ranting and repeating myself at this point. Is there anything new that I was going to add? Oh, yeah, we're going to make fun of the liberals here
Oh, yay.
because I don't think we need to. She's just going to complain about the media reframing it, I think. So we've touched on that. Here's how the Democrats are treating the subject.
With the government now back open, lawmakers in the House are turning their attention to the Epstein files. Hello, I'm Mimi Jung, tracking the latest headlines. Democrats and a House Oversight Committee released new documents from the estate of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. They mention President Trump often. The president has called it a hoax and called for the Department of Justice to look into other Epstein ties, including some high-profile Democrats. And in the coming days, the House is expected to vote on whether to release all the case files. We'll dive into all of that today. Let's start with those new documents. It's 20,000 pages that include email exchanges where Epstein mentions high-profile figures by name, including Trump. Jennifer Bellamy has the details.
Okay, I forgot to mention this. I should have said this earlier. Before Trump changed his mind, he was actually pressuring those 4 congressmen, I think it was, that Massey had. They were actively like dragging the FBI and people in there to intimidate these congressmen into not really voting to release the files. It didn't work. See, the thing is that Johnson has to say we're going to have the vote now because Massey got the 219 that he needed, if I remember correctly. And so he had the 219. The 4 that Trump tried to pressure didn't flip. So they either had the vote and now they have to release they had the vote to have the vote, and now they're going to vote to release the files, or Johnson preemptively got ahead of Massey and said, okay, we're going to have the vote. So Massey couldn't have the win. It was one of those two things. But basically, either way, Massey won his contest with Trump because he was going to pressure them into going public with their votes, and it would have been death for all the Republicans in the midterm to vote against releasing the Epstein files. And they knew it, and that's a pretty powerful motivator, powerful enough to not be intimidated even when the FBI is standing going, you better, my Uncle Louis, he's not very nice,
Uncle Sam.
But it disgusts me that Trump would even do that. Like, I kind of voted for him to not be that way, but, we're all just going to be men of the world and do what's practical and all this. Anyway, so I needed to say that, and of course, the Democrats are doing what we discussed before. They're going to make it like it's all about Trump when it's not. But anyway, we'll just watch them do it for a minute.
The emails that began almost 15 years ago were obtained by the GOP-led panel after it subpoenaed Epstein's estate earlier this year. The first group of records from the estate were released by the committee in September. President Trump has referred to the saga as the Jeffrey Epstein hoax and has consistently denied any wrongdoing.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. And what President Trump has always said is that he was from Palm Beach, and so was Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago until President Trump kicked him out because Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and he was a creep.
In one 2019 email exchange to author Michael Wolff, Epstein appeared to reference that incident, writing, quote, "Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever." Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Elaine to stop.
There is a separate effort from a bipartisan pair of lawmakers calling for the
So that is just perfect. That's the Democrats in a nutshell. That's amazing. So
Blame it all on Trump.
Yeah, well, that email thing was, he knew about the girls, implying that Trump knew about the trafficking. That was what that was. They were trying to create the impression that he knew about the trafficking. That's not what was going on. What was going on was that Epstein was stealing Trump's employees. And so, and so Trump kicked him out because, he was basically poaching the masseuses. And so, it had nothing to do with the trafficking situation. It was, this guy's taking my employees. That's pretty dirty. You're gone.
Bye.
Yeah. But they tried to, but they took that statement and made it and implied that it was about the trafficking. Media in a nutshell.
Media in a nutshell.
Yeah. All right. So that demonstrates the point. Let's see. I think Beck makes the same point here. Let's watch this.
Well, let's dive right into the Epstein-Maxwell emails. My gosh, Stu. Why are they trying to cover up that Donald Trump had sex with children?
I mean, it's as clear as day in the emails.
Yeah.
He spent hours with one of the...
Can I just say sarcasm is my favorite language? It's beautiful.
Sarcasm.
It's beautiful.
The best language against stupidity.
victims. What else could possibly have occurred in that arrangement? We don't know.
And it's one of the victims, Stu. One of the victims.
One of the victims.
Okay?
That's all we know. That's all we know. One of the victims.
Let me read what Jeffrey Epstein wrote. I want you to realize that the dog who hasn't barked is Trump. Victim, redacted, victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned, police chief, etc. Okay. New information just released. Or is it? Because in 2011, that was released and everybody knew it. It's been out floating around. Here's the change. In 2011, this is what it read. I want you to realize the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Virginia spent hours at my house with him. Why would you redact a name that is already out in the public square? It's already out. The memo is already out. The email is already out. It's been out for years. Why would you redact that name now? Well, because it makes it all suddenly new and shiny. Shiny and new. If you don't know who said it, you see victim and you're like, oh, there's a victim that he was, who was the victim? I don't know. But when you know it's Virginia, you know this is already gone to court. She already testified about this. He didn't partake in any of this, any sex with any of it. It's true. He didn't partake in any sex with us. And I'm quoting, this is from the testimony. But it's not true that he flirted with me. Donald Trump never flirted with me. Have you ever met him? Yes, at Mar-a-Lago, my dad and him. I wouldn't say they were friends, but my dad knew him and they would talk. Have you ever been in Donald Trump or Jeffrey Epstein's presence with one another? No. What's the basis of your statement that Donald Trump is a good friend of Jeffrey? Jeffrey's told me that Donald Trump is a good friend of his. He didn't partake in any of the sex with any of it. He flirted with me. It's true that he didn't partake in any sex with us, but it's not true that he flirted with me. So I don't understand that. But she goes on. Donald Trump never flirted with me. Okay. So what's new about this? This is the same girl. This is the same person that didn't she work at Mar-a-Lago? Or she was going to get a job at Mar-a-Lago?
I believe she did, yeah. I believe she did at one point.
So we know they know each other. We know that at Mar-a-Lago, Jeffrey Epstein would come and he was poaching the employees, the girls there, to go work for him. And Donald Trump went to him and said, hey, man, stop it. Stop poaching people from me. That's not cool. Don't do it. And then he said, oh, yeah, all right. And then he did it a second time. And he's like, you know what? You're out. I don't want you here anymore. I asked you not to do that. And you did it. Now, that doesn't mean.
So there you go. There you go.
Wow.
So that is the situation as it is. As I said before, if they actually, release names and do something about this, I will take my petulant little graphic down. But until then, it remains.
It's going to stay there.
I hope they release the files. I hope, or at least whatever we have.
Are we going to do something when they do release it, or just wait till our podcast?
I mean, we could, if you wanted, like do something the day of, but I don't know when that would be. So,
Okay.
I mean, we've talked about it enough. It seems like it would warrant its own episode. I mean, this is insane, but I mean, I don't think anything's going to move forward in this administration until this gets done. Like, it's
Not
snowballed.
till they vote.
It's snowballed and snowballed and snowballed.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well,
I hope they vote on it pretty soon.
yeah. I hope
Like
so.
tomorrow. Even though it's Sunday.
I hope it gets done. So we're going to wrap it up tonight, boys and girls. So Cody, Calix, Jeremiah, and my wife, who is under the YouTube channel Sad Sands, thank you all so much for participating tonight.
Yes, thank you.
And we're going to let you go. So wrapping it up, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.